I am certified pet professional Amy Lee. The only difference between you and your groomer is knowledge, techniques, and tools. It is absolutely my pleasure to share with you the secrets of the grooming industry. So stay put as we get started on this journey together today. Thank you for joining me live from the grooming table. I am Amy Lee, certified professional pet groomer since 2003. But it is absolutely my pleasure to share with you the secrets of the grooming industry so you can provide quality care for your beloved pets at home, guys. That's what we do every Monday right here at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, live from the grooming table. Tonight, we got some good stuff, right, Gus? Gus is here. He's so excited. We were preparing for this, weren't we, buddy? We got some really good stuff, guys. I got a lot to bring at you tonight, not just what we're going to be demoing. And I cannot wait to give you this demo, guys. You've been waiting for it for a long time. We talk about it, but it's finally coming. Let me get my situated windows here so I can tell what I'm doing and that I'm doing it right. So, listen up, guys. Tonight's topic is clipping your dog at home. Dog grooming with a cordless clipper. Everything you need to know. And when I say cordless clipper, I mean 5-in-1, 4-in-1 cordless clipper. It's different than a detachable blade clipper like we are always talking about. This is my favorite detachable blade clipper, the Wahl KM10. So just understand that this Kenchii Flash is a different ball game than this. So I've never had a lot of faith in 4-in-1 clippers or 5-in-1 clippers as far as doing full grooms. In the past years, I would have never tried to clip a Cocker Spaniel with a 5-in-1 clipper. But when Kenchii came out with their 4-in-1 clipper, the Kenchii Flash, with optional 4, 5, and 7 blades that you can attach to it, it's the first one of its kind like that, guys. I decided it was time to put this little guy to the test. So I have a demo locked and loaded for you guys in the queue demonstrating me attempting to use the Kenchii Flash clipper, the 4-in-1 5-speed Kenchii Flash cordless detachable or adjustable blade clipper on a thick coat on an American Cocker Spaniel. That's what we're going to be doing tonight. Here are some of the selling features that Kenchii claims on their website, guys. I'm going to share this with you. This clipper senses blade resistance and it revs up the motor speed when it's needed. So if it's feeling it's going through some heavy coat, it's supposed to power through that. Just like our Wahl KM10 does that too. It runs smoother and has longer battery life than its competitors. That's what Kenchii claims for this clipper. It has an industry-leading 6-hour lithium-ion battery. It automatically switches between 110 volts to 220 volts, so it's pretty impressive. It has an LCD, can you guys see it? Has an LCD display screen that shows the speed, the battery life, and it alerts you when your blade needs to be cleaned, so that's pretty impressive. I must be doing well because it's never told me to clean my blade, so I must be keeping it clean. It has a sleek, lightweight design, and it's very well balanced, and I agree with that. It's premium quality rust-proof blades, and this is a big plus. If they're making this claim, I can't wait to tell you what I think of this. Premium quality rust-proof blades that resist corrosion, providing a smoother clip and longer blade life. So it's supposed to produce that too. It's warranted to be free of defects for 12 months from the date that you purchase it. So that's something else that Kenchii stands behind. Also, adjustable and detachable blades. It has additional, the only adjustable, let me back up. The only adjustable blade on this clipper is the detailer blade, which is what comes with it. Now you can purchase additional 5 blades. They are not adjustable. They will just clip like a 5 blade as if you were using it on your regular detachable blade clipper. It also has, I have bought the 7 and the 5. I'll be using the 7 today on a Cocker Spaniel. I usually would clip a Cocker Spaniel down with a 7 blade. If that's what the client is asking for, a short trim, that's a 7 on a Cocker Spaniel. So they sell these blades as a bundle. The 4, 5, 7, you can buy those additional blades separately or as a bundle, or you can buy the Kenchii Flash clipper with all 3 blades, and it also comes with their guard combs. So I'm going to tell you what I think about all this stuff tonight, okay? I'm going to show you how I use it too, and we'll be up close and personal. If you guys have any questions after we view our short demo tonight about this clipper, and I can show it to you up close and personal. So we'll be doing all that together tonight, guys. I also purchased, they have a special blade called their, did I say that wrong? Yeah, the fine detailer blade. Is that right? This is the detailer blade. This is the 5-in-1 blade that comes with it. I'm sorry, it's 4-in-1 blade. They also make a 4-in-1 blade that's called their fine detailer, and you can see the difference in the thickness. Oh, that's tough to do. The thickness of the blade, as well as look how fine this one is as far as the teeth go. Now look at the teeth on this one. You can see there's a difference. This is called their fine detail blade. So in other words, it's to produce even a smoother finish. If you were trying to clip through, you know, a heavy coat, this probably wouldn't like it so well. But what this is going to excel at is producing a smooth poodle face or very smooth poodle feet. So that's where I would see to use this additional blade that you can purchase. Or you can buy in a whole bundle. I have a picture of this, right? Let me see here. Do I have a picture of the whole bundle? No, it's in my demo. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. We will get there. We're getting there, okay? So we're going to talk about all these things, what I think about the snap-on combs, all of it, how it performed. Tonight I'm going to let you know my honest opinion of this highly raved about adjustable blade clipper as we test it out together on a thick coat, the thick coat of a Cocker Spaniel breed. That's a thick coat. Now before we jump into all that, guys, whoa, I got some awesome stuff to share with you. I'm so excited. Lots of cool things have been happening for us here on this channel behind the scenes. There is so much amazing things coming for you guys in a very short period of time. The first thing I want to talk about is, before we jump into our content tonight, I have to announce this before I forget. This is something special I'm sharing with you guys. I am a speaker at a Dog Health Secrets Summit, which launches in a week online, guys. And there's 25 plus speakers that are part of this summit. So I am just absolutely elated to be part of this. I'll be speaking from a groomer point, so I'll be bringing, speaking specifically about de-shedding a double coat, how to keep the shedding down, and how to handle that double coat. So you guys know me, and you know that's a good area for me because I really take a lot of pride in understanding that double coat and how to properly care for it. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in the summit. Now, what I need to tell you guys about this summit is it's free to all. It's free to everybody. It's a website, and it is linked in the description below, guys. So I want you to go check it out. But you can only view it free for a short period of time on the website without having to upgrade your membership. And I want to tell you guys, let me just show you real quick. I have a few things to show you to try to better let you understand what I'm talking about. So this is actually the website for the Dog Health Secrets Summit, and it is 25 plus world-class experts reveal their secrets to keeping your dog healthy, well-behaved, and well-groomed. And I mean to tell you, it's amazing. I'm going to show you the speakers here in a second, but what I want to tell you about this is it is free. It is free for a short period of time, and then in order to access all these, they're basically seminars, guys. In order to access all these seminars, you would have to upgrade to a premium pass. And what that is if you click on above, you can see Get Your Premium Pass Now. If you click on that on the website, This gives you access to the summit, which begins September 21st. You can sign up below for early access and save $30. So if you sign up now before the 21st, you can get all this information for $67 instead of $97. Now you may be saying, get what information? Because that's what I'd be saying. So this is what the bundle is going to get you. When you upgrade to the Dog Health Secrets Summit All Access Pass during this special limited time period, which is before the 21st, you'll get action worksheets, which is documentation for you. Special bonuses, 25 plus video sessions that you can watch, rewatch, do whatever you want with them for the rest of your life. Audio downloads, you can download them if you're going on an airplane. You can download them so you can watch a couple seminars or whatever. Members only Q&A, so that's a huge plus too, and a playbook. So that's what comes with right now a $67 value if you order it before the 21st of September. If you order it after, it is a $97 value. So let me just take you to a website real quick, because while I have your attention, I want you guys to see this. I am just so excited about this. I can't even tell you. All right. I'm on the wrong one. Okay, so I'm sharing my browser with you guys. We come up to the top of the website, and this is the website. Let me just make sure it looks right for you guys. Okay, it looks like it does. All right, so this is what it is. It's a seminar. It's online. As you can see, it has a website. It's doghealthsecrets.com. If you go there, that's where it is. You can see they get lifetime access now. That's the premium pass that I was explaining to you guys. Now I want to tell you what's going to be going on in this event. This summit it's going to be a resource for you. I like the way Angela puts that. Angela is a veterinarian. She's an emergency veterinarian, and she's amazing. And she put this together. So you get this online resource, but what is in all this masterclass, guys? You are going to hear from, now this is all on the website, you can go check it out yourself. I want to show you who is speaking. This is Angela right here, Angela Credington. She is a vet. She's amazing. I have had the opportunity to spend about 45 minutes with her on Zoom, and this is an amazing opportunity. I can't wait. So she is also the host, guys. And we're going to have Dr. Marty Becker, who is another vet. He's going to be talking about fear-free, what dog owners need to know to keep both them and their pets happy and safe. This is some wonderful stuff you're going to get. You're going to get all these instructions. There's a CPR and first aid class, guys, that you can refer to anytime you want. This is a great value for $67. And we're going to have Maggie Morton. She is the creator of Oh My Dog blog. She has things that every dog owner needs to know to help their pup live happy and healthy life. We have all kinds of great speakers here, guys. Angela herself is speaking about the top things that you can do to increase your dog's life. And this is a vet. You know, she's a vet. All these people are certified professionals. Dee Dee Croy from My Favorite Groomer is speaking about how to save money by grooming your dog at home. And we have another dog groomer, Sarah, is speaking on the 21st. And there's me, Amy Lee, dog groomer. I'll be speaking on how to decrease shedding and the giant fluff balls floating around your house. So yeah, my focus in this seminar is the de-shedding. Then this one I thought was awesome. This is going to be a fun one. How to make your dog's nail trims easy and fun for you and your dogs. Day 2, we have Oscar Chavez, DMV. This is one I will not be missing. This is on the 22nd. Why should you avoid processed foods and what to look out for in your dog's food? I cannot wait to hear that. I don't know if you guys know who Dr. Judy Morgan is, but she's amazing too. She's going to be speaking, and I mean the list just goes on. We have all these wonderful, there's a registered dietitian here. We've got dog behaviorist. We've got all kinds of speakers that you would have full access to anytime you want if you upgrade to that $67 package. So I'm just flooding right down through this, guys, because I know you really want to see this Kenchii clipper, and I don't want to hold you up too long. So that is kind of it. I want you to go surf that for yourself so you guys understand what it is. Let me turn this back off so I can see my favorite people. There you are. Okay, so this is big for me, guys. To me, to be part of something like this where somebody can go and have all the information that they would need to help them with almost any aspect of their dog's life, and I get to be part of that, I'm on cloud 9, guys, and I cannot wait. So bear with me. I'm going to be quite excited from now until then. But another thing I want to tell you is next Monday, I'm not sure if this is Sunday or Monday, Angela has asked me to be part of the launch live on the website. And I agreed to it. Now, she said Monday, but another email I saw said the 20th, which I think is Sunday. So as I looked at the website, it says that the launch of the summit is Sunday the 20th at 3 p.m. So I'm not sure if that's when I'm going to be live with her or if it is indeed Monday the 21st at 4 p.m., which is what I got in an email from her. If that's the case, guys, we won't be live here Monday, so please don't hate me. But we will be live on that website. And if I can, I may just stream it right here from my channel too. So we'll see. I have to figure it out. And I have to talk to Angela too, because this is her deal. So she's very excited about it. She cannot wait to release this. And she's worked very hard. And she worked very hard. She's an emergency vet. She has like this much free time. So I've linked all the info in the description below for you guys to go check it out. And please don't forget to sign up because it's going to be something amazing for you guys. And I'm part of it and I cannot wait. One more thing that's coming at you, I want to say real quick. I can't say too much because it's being revealed on Wednesday. Wednesday, keep an eye out for me to make some posts on my community page of something that I'm involved in. It's my first collaboration with a dog trainer. And we did that interview on Friday, and it is amazing. I cannot wait for that. I will be sharing that with you guys in the link, and I also will be sharing in future videos part of that discussion and part of the interview myself with me and the dog trainer. I'm not saying who it is yet. But it was amazing, and I will be posting a link on Wednesday to that video where I was a guest speaker, and it was a really good video. It's a live stream. So that, stay tuned for. I will also post it in our private Facebook group, so you guys will be sure not to miss it, hopefully, and post it on my community tab and on YouTube here. So that's coming too, and I'll talk more about it when that's all out in the air, but I'm supposed to keep it on the down low for now. So, okay. I think I talked a lot about that. Now I can't wait to talk about what we all came here for tonight. Can this clipper clip a Cocker Spaniel nicely, fastly? You know, like, is it going to be worth it? Or would I want to just, I'm a professional, so, you know, precision is important to me, so is time management. So, will this clipper do the job? Let's talk about that. Okay, I know, yeah, I'm not sure, King of Aliens, which day it is. I'm not sure. But I will be letting you guys know on the community page, and I'm probably going to do a quick little video to give you guys more information later in the week and tell you exactly what to look for and what's going on. So there's a lot going on. I can't keep up with it. I really can't. All right, but it's all good, I can tell you that. So let's go ahead and let's watch how this clipper performed on the Cocker Spaniel that I trimmed. Her name is Gabby. And after that, we are going to talk about blades. If you have questions about how to put the blades on, anything that you have questions, remember to put a line through your question. Let me show you, like this. Hold the dash button and write your question so I can see that you have a question and I will be able to answer it, okay? So I see that Latricia has a question. Hi, Amy Lee. For the seminar, if I'm not able to make the scheduled times, I want to make sure that I understand you correctly. I can view them at another time. You can if you purchase that premium package. Otherwise, I think when it's live, that's it. That's the way I understand it. And you can find that information out on the link below. because that's a link to the website. And that should be quite informative about it. So I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, Latricia, because there's so many details involved that I've been getting all these emails about this summit that my head's kind of spinning too with details. That's why I don't want to feed you the wrong information. But anyway, it's good, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about the Kenchii Flash on a Cocker Spaniel. Here we go, guys. So this is the bundle you can get with it, which gives you the detailer and the other 3 blades. It's a very light clipper, and I mean, you guys would just have to hold it. It's definitely it's a good bit lighter than the KM10. I am going to be using it with the additional optional 7 blades. So unless you buy the bundle, you will only get the 4-in-1 blade with your clipper. Now, the number 7 blade is not adjustable. Neither is the 4 or the 5 blade. They are not adjustable. They are a set fixed length of either a 7F or a 5F or a 4. But I got to tell you, it cuts through this coat like butter. But I also want to tell you that I did wash and brush and dry Gabby prior to clipping her. If her coat was a messy, dirty, nasty, matted coat, would this go through it? I think it would, but I can't tell you for sure because she was not matted or dirty. She was very clean because I washed her, brushed her, dried her first. But it does actually go through it like butter. It really does. And it actually cuts smoother than my detachable blade 7 blade. The detachable 7 blade the teeth are bigger. It's just a little bit more industrial. And I noticed with these blades, the teeth are closer together. So it gives you a more fine, smooth trim. However, that's what leads me to believe on a dirty, thick, matted coat, it may get hung up. I don't know because I haven't trimmed a matted coat, but I will be doing that someday. I will let you know. So we are still using, all this is with the 7. I'm going to tell you guys when I switch over to the 4-in-1 blade. I'm trimming her tail with a 7. All this work on her body and her legs and her ears, on the outside of her ears, is all going to be the 7 blade work, okay? So everything you're seeing here is with a 7 blade. And as you can see, there really aren't any clipper marks. There are some, but I can quickly just go over it and they disappear. Sometimes with my detachable blade, I have to go in reverse with a size longer blade to erase my clipper marks. So that is one thing I really, really liked about this clipper is it is smooth and it does produce a nice fine finish. And it is because the blade teeth are closer together. It's a thinner blade. It's just made completely different. Now, there's a lot of different benefits with this clipper. The blades don't get hot, which is nice. The battery life on this clipper is definitely acceptable. I can tell you that. I clipped her and then I did her pads, her privates, her face, her ears, everything. I did everything with clipping work on this dog with this clipper, and it only looked like it drained maybe a quarter of the battery life. So I think it's a pretty powerful battery. But don't forget that clippers like this, at some point, that battery is going to need to be replaced. And you'll know it because it won't be as powerful. It won't hold a charge as long. And I think they're around $100 to replace the battery. So that's something to keep in mind versus a corded clipper. You won't have that expense, you know, like the Wall KM10. So the neat thing about this is it does have a speed control. This is a 5-speed clipper. So it has multiple speeds as well as it has that ability to be an adjustable blade. I typically trim on number 3. And I will tell you, it's very quiet, and I will be demonstrating that for you guys here in a minute. It's very quiet. It's very smooth. The vibration factor in this clipper is very minimal. So in other words, if you have a sensitive dog that is real sensitive to the touch of a clipper, they may be very inclined to tolerate this clipper more so than, say, you know, a detachable blade clipper that has a bit of a heavier blade. So that's a benefit too. Another thing with this is when you're trimming face and doing work around the face, because it's quieter and because it's smoother and it doesn't vibrate as much as a detachable blade clipper. If you have a sensitive dog in those areas, they tend to tolerate this clipper. So that's another benefit. And just knowing that this clipper can produce this kind of work is amazing to me. And it gives me the confidence that if I did have a dog that really minded the vibration of the wall KM10 or the feel of it, that they may tolerate this clipper and I can do the work with this clipper. So I really liked knowing that. And there again, don't forget, I did trim this whole entire dog with this clipper. I used the 7-blade on her body and legs on the outside of her ears. And you can see it's set to the 4th speed right now. That's what I was just showing you. But I typically use it on 3 or 4. I haven't needed more than that really. It's quite powerful. It definitely does what they say as far as the motor kicks up when it gets into an abundance of coat. You'll hear the motor kick up through to get through the coat. So it definitely works. It does what it says it's supposed to do, and it produces a smooth clip. That's what I was really impressed with. Another benefit is that it is very light and it's very easy to manipulate. It's a little smaller than a detachable blade clipper. So obviously wrist and hand fatigue is not something that you would be dealing with as much with this clipper. Could you do a standard poodle with this clipper? Yes. Could you do a, let's say well, Cocker Spaniels, just to show you a thick coat right here. The reason I chose the Cocker Spaniels because they also tend to produce a lot of clipper marks because this coat is so thick. It tends to want to give you that corduroy effect after you're clipping it. So I can clearly see that by using this 7-blade and the Kenchii Flash, it does not produce clipper marks. It just kind of smooths right through it. And if you do get a clipper mark, it can simply just erase it by going over it one more time. So I was very, very impressed with that. And don't forget again, she is clean. She is clean, bathed, and dried, and brushed. So that clearly helps. But I will tell you that that's something that you would want for any dog you're going to be grooming. Sometimes we do need to do some pre-trimming if the dog is very, very overgrown, because obviously you don't want to have to dry all that coat. But you know, the ultimate situation for clipping a dog is to clip a clean, brushed, dried coat. So that's what we're dealing with here with Gabby. And it's doing fantastic. And I just love the fact that this clipper offers us an optional 7-blade, an optional 4, and a 5-blade, because those are the 3 blades that we use the most to clip, aside from our snap-on combs. So now I'm going to show you, I'm going to take the 7 off, guys, and we're going to put on the detailer because we're going to be doing the sanitary, the pads. So we're switching over to that adjustable blade. It's very easy to switch. You just have to make sure you understand how to do it because it is a delicate little clipper and you don't want to be forcing things and you know, causing it to break or anything like that. So I'm going to be setting it to a 10 in her ears, and that's what you're seeing right now. And I'm going to clip the inside of her ears. We're going to trim her face just like I would a Cocker Spaniel. We do shave that muzzle. We like it nice and velvety. So that's coming up for you too. But the thing about this clipper is, and this was what worried me too, I was like, okay, it's not a detachable blade clipper. It is an adjustable blade clipper with the option to put on fixed blade length that they, you know, made and they are for purchase for you. But here's what I want to say about this. I don't think I would want to be switching this blade constantly because it is a little bit of a delicate clipper. And I can show you up close and personal when we're done with the demo what I mean by that. I'm not saying that it's not built properly or designed properly. It is. It's designed for what it is. It's designed to be lightweight. It's designed to be powerful. It's designed to fit comfortably in your hand. But with those things in mind, obviously weight is an issue, so a lot of things are made of plastic in this clipper. And we all know that if you're forceful with plastic, it'll break. So that's one thing that worries me a little bit about. I would, as a professional, I would never say, oh, I'm just going to use my Kenchii Flash cordless 5-speed clipper to do all these dogs, because as a professional, we're popping blades on and off all day long. And I feel like if you are popping blades on and off all day long on this clipper, you stand the chance of breaking the little seat that the blade sits into and stuff. Even the blade itself is a little delicate, the way it's put together. It's not like a detachable blade. So now we're switching down to a 10 here. We're going to trim in her private and her sanitary areas, which, you know, that is really convenient about a 4-in-1 clippers, that we can use this clipper to do all those things. So I don't have to, you know, go for my other clipper if I don't want to. I can do it all with this clipper. Now we're setting to a 15, and we're going to trim those pads, because, you know, that's one thing that we use this clipper for too. And it definitely trims so smoothly. You guys saw my demo with the Newfoundland and Tracy, who she uses the Bravera, and I brought the Kenchii Flash, and we kept trading back and forth, and we both agree that the Kenchii Flash is much nicer and produces nicer work. And she turned around and bought the whole bundle. She has it already. She's been using it this week. She's been telling me. So she bought the Kenchii Flash too, and she bought the extra 5, 4, and 7 blade that you can purchase separately. So, and that told me a lot too, because she has the Bravera and she's happy with the Bravera. But she said, I liked that Kenchii. I really liked the work that it produced and the way it felt. And I do too. And it had been a while since I had used the Bravera. So, you know, in my mind to compare it, I couldn't. But when I went to her shop and we groomed that Newfoundland together and I used her Bravera, I was like, yeah, I totally like this Kenchii Flash better. It was just, I think, smoother is the easiest way to explain this clipper. It's very smooth. So what I was telling you guys when I say, if you're switching the blades on and off constantly, I'm hoping that the light would get in there so you can see it. You know, some of these parts in there are plastic, and that's one of the reasons why it's lightweight. So it worries me a little bit that if you're popping blades on and off, because it doesn't have a blade drive like our detachable blade clipper, you know, when we press this button to release, this is our blade drive. That's what our blade is sitting on a detachable blade clipper. I couldn't hurt that if I tried, right? So that makes this much more durable. Now this guy, let's say we're going to put this 7 blade on. I have to fit it in this little slot right here. And then this has to line up in that. That's the blade drive. Well, you saw the blade drive on my wall KM10. This is the blade drive on this clipper. So, and it does go on there easily, definitely. But I'm just feeling if we are popping it on and off constantly like we would our detachable blade clippers, I'm thinking something's going to break. So I try not to be taking my blades on and off this clipper a lot. Let me jump into a couple questions with you guys and answer them for you and see if we can get a little deeper into this discussion. I do want to talk to you guys about the snap-on combs too, and I'll show you how they go on. So let me just raise my chat up here to see. We'll start with our questions. All right. And I did get Latricia's there. Do the speakers change through the year? No, Raquel, you're talking about the Summit. No, that is 25 plus speakers, and they're all listed on the website. The deal is you can go back and watch. It's kind of like if you go to a grooming seminar and you'd sign up for 10 seminars in one day. Boy, that's a lot of information for you to retain at one time. But when you have this website as a reference to go back and watch whenever you want, like say that first aid and CPR course, I think that's extremely beneficial for pet owners, anybody, to understand how to, you know, take care of an animal that was in distress or that had an emergency situation. So that's something you could refer to whenever you want. And the de-shedding and the nail trimming and the diet and wellness and all those. Because if you only get one shot to watch 25 people throw you a bleh of information at once, how much of that information are you going to be able to retain? You know? So I think it is very important that people definitely purchase the premium pass so you can watch it whenever you want. And that's for a lifetime. It doesn't go away. So I think that's cool. And plus there's obviously other bonuses that you get along with that. So that's the benefit to doing that, is you can go back and watch. Let's say you watched the CPR demonstration, and then, you know, a year later or a month later, you go, oh, I needed to apply that. I can't remember how that went, how she did that. I can't remember where's the main artery in a dog. I can't remember, you know, so you can go back and watch. So, yes, they do not change the speakers, Raquel, unless she does another summit. But I can tell you, she probably will at some point, but this one was a lot of work. Took her months and months and months, probably a year, to put all this together. And you'll see when it all gets launched that it's a lot of information. All right, so I'm just scrolling through here so I can answer questions. Hi, little Gus. I hope you're being a good boy. All right. So, and Latricia, I answered your question about that, and then she says, that's convert for me, correct? That's convent for me, correct? I'm not sure what you mean, Latricia. I think you meant convenient. That's convenient for me, correct? So the fact that you can go and watch anytime you want when it comes to that seminar is very convenient, because obviously people are watching from all different parts of the world. So obviously we have all these different time frames. And let's see here. Sandy says, I have the Kenchii and I am interested in learning how to use the plastic clip-on guards. Okay, I'm glad you asked, because I was going to demo that. So right now I have the 7 blade on. I need to take that off, because remember, this is not a detachable or an adjustable blade. And anytime we use the guard combs, you must use the 4-in-1 blade that came with your Kenchii. Okay? So I'm going to pop off my 7 blade, and I'm going to seat on the adjustable blade clipper. So it just sits like that. I wish I could show you better. Hang on. It's hard to do that. I can't see what I'm doing. There. Okay, maybe not. That's what I mean. It doesn't go on as easily as your detachable blade clipper. It's easy, but it's not quick and easy. And I want you guys to know that. So now our blade's on. Obviously, this is my adjustable blade. That's at a 30 setting. You'll notice on this clipper, you have over here, this says D and S. D stands for the detailer blade, which is that optionally purchased blade. Remember the detailer blade? S stands for standard. So we have the standard adjustable blade on here right now. So we are going to be following this side, which says that it will be a 9, 10, 15, and 30. Can you see that, guys? If we had the detailer blade on, it would be a 10, 15, 30, and 40. So it gives you a smoother finish too. So now that we have the 4-in-1 blade on, these combs, this comb, it looks kind of weird, I know. This is 2 sizes of comb, and if you look here, I'm hoping you can see that. You can kind of see those arrows, right, guys? There, you can see them. So the arrow is pointing to the one side, the other arrow is pointing to the other. That's telling you which size each one of these is. This is 2 different sized guard combs in one comb. So you have to choose which one you want. Do you want the 3mm, which is this one, or do you want the 6mm, which is this one? Now you also notice on this clipper this little circle right here on both sides. It's right here, right there, and right there. You also notice these little circles inside your snap-on comb. Right here is little knobs right there. That's what they fit onto. And it just snaps into place like that. And now that's your guard comb. Now if you wanted the other side, then you just simply lift it up on the one side, turn it over, fit those little knobs on the indents on the sides like I showed you, and you'll hear it click into place. And then it's on, and it's on there pretty good. I'll say that, but I will tell you this. I tried to use it today because I wanted to tell you guys what I thought about it. And I tried to use it on the head of a Cavajon, just setting the length on the head. We also have the second, you know, these sizes, so these are even bigger. So this is what, and they come with it. Well, I tried to use that on the Cavajon's head, and it didn't like it. It felt like it was getting hung up in the hair, not tangled in the hair, like it didn't want to go through. So, and that's why I don't like plastic combs. So if they made the metal combs like Bravera, the Wahl Bravera has the Wahl metal combs made specifically for the Bravera, just like I like to use my Wahl snap-on combs that are stainless. Kenchii needs to make those for this because these I don't like. I didn't like it. And that dog was perfectly prepped. There wasn't a tangle in her. Her hair was nice and airy, and this just didn't want to cut it right. So if you're getting the Kenchii Flash in hopes to just basically use the guard combs to leave length, you're going to be disappointed. So I want to tell you that. If you're getting the Kenchii Flash to use the 7, 5, and 4 blades that you can purchase additionally, you'll be very impressed. Very impressed. If you're getting the Kenchii Flash to use to just shave feet, face, and tail, pads, sanitary, you're going to love the Kenchii Flash. It's nice, very nice. But if you're going to need to add extra length by using snap-on combs, I think you will be disappointed because I was. So, little guys, come here. I want to be honest with you guys about that. Come here, buddy. Both of you guys. I don't trust them. They're down here, and often they try to eat the cat's food when mommy's busy. I know how they are. So, a couple other things I'll run through and explain to you about this clipper is the speed control. And that's simple to use. If you turn it on, you can see it says it's on speed number 3. This button below the power button, which is right here, this button below the power button is how you change your speed. And I haven't even used it on 5 yet, to be honest. I normally keep it on 3. That seems to be where I'm at most all the time. And also you'll see your battery life. Can you guys see that? That's what that icon is. And that just says speed 3. Now apparently there's additional light that'll come up on this LCD display that'll tell you if your blade needs cleaned. So I haven't seen that light come on yet, but like I said, you guys know I clean my blade like before and after every use. So haven't seen that light come on yet, but it's kind of cool that it has it. All right, so let's see. Hopefully that helped you, Sandy. And you'll just have to play around with it and get used to the feeling of it. It's different, you know, when you're trying to get those snap-on combs on, but when they snap into place, they're on there. You can feel that they're on there, okay? So next question is Janelle, and Janelle says, when I signed up, it said for life. To me, that means access for life, right? Absolutely. That means that is not going to go away. That information is not going to go away. It will not. You will always have access to it. So I think that's really cool. Sandy says, I see you're not using the guards. When I don't, I cut too close. Well, yes. So depending on what breed you have, you know, a 7, a 5, a 4 may feel like too short of a clip. Obviously, on that Cocker Spaniel it wasn't. That's a very thick coat. And that little girl never really gets brushed or anything, so it's important that we take it off. But if you are relying on the snap-on combs, that's where I'm saying I'm not sure that I would rely on that with this clipper. Because when I tried to use it today on a perfectly prepared dog, this didn't cut nowhere near as nicely and smoothly as my stainless guard combs that I put on top of a 10 blade on my wall KM10. So as a professional, I would never go for this. This just didn't impress me at all. So I'm just going to tell you that, to be honest with you guys, so you know. Hey, Pac-Man Bob. Pac-Man Bob says, what is an easy way to tell if your dog is a single or a double coat? The Cocker Spaniel looks like a double coat. The Cocker Spaniel is technically a double coat, technically. Meaning you can remove undercoat for sure, and most people actually, you know, carding them is the proper way to groom a Cocker Spaniel, is to card and strip down that jacket on the coat. So obviously pets, once you clip a dog, once you clip a coat, there's no stripping. You've already messed that up. All right, I'm going to let you out, but you have to be good. Good grief. So that's a good question. How do you tell if a dog is a double coat? A double coat, there's different types of double coats, but let's say on a golden retriever, which is what you have, Pac-Man Bob. Your dog is a golden retriever. Your dog has a top coat, which is the guard hairs that protect the woolly undercoat. And that would be the same type of coat that we would see on a Bernese Mountain Dog. It would be the same coat we would see on the big St. Bernards and Newfoundlands, right? Okay, so that's a typical double coat. Cocker Spaniels do have a double coat, but it's not like that of a drop coat, which is the same as what you have, which is a golden retriever. So, I mean, even terriers, some terriers have double coats, like Cairn Terriers and Westies, they have double coats. So, you know, it's a wire coat. It's different. It's a little different than a drop coat, which is what's on your dog, which is a golden. So Elizabeth says, and I want to do a video on that gets real down and up close and personal about coat types. There's so many coat types. So that's something that I want to bring to you guys in the near future. Okay, Elizabeth says, hi Amy, after the charts on raw feeding, I went out on the internet. Vets hesitate to recommend raw food due to concerns about salmonella. I would be interested on your thoughts. Yes, you're right, they do. That's one of the concerns is salmonella, but don't forget that they're not worried about your dog getting salmonella because your dog isn't going to unless you give them rancid food, rotted, rancid food. They could get sick. But I know you guys would never do that. So the salmonella is a threat to you, handling the food, cleaning the bowls. If the food set out and it got bad and you got salmonella on it, and there again, that's just poor handling techniques, then you're at risk to get sick and to get salmonella. Believe it or not, you can get salmonella from kibble too, that has kind of gone bad. Kibble can go bad too. So they don't tell you that though. Why? I don't understand that. Okay, so you can get salmonella from kibble too, and it has happened. You can read up on that. So vets are not going to push the raw feeding. Most vets, a lot of vets you will see that do. These are the vets that they have done their research, that they have stepped out of their lane a little and said, I want to know more about nutrition. And if they didn't do that, then they're not going to recommend something that they, haven't poured more education into. So there are a lot of vets that went further into educating themselves on canine nutrition. And those are the vets that are going to tell you that you should feed raw. All right, so that's what I think about that, Elizabeth. And she says, I cook for my dogs based on information in the book, How to Feed Your Best Friend Better. That's got to be better than kibble, Elizabeth. I know it is. It is better than kibble, as long as it's balanced. If it's not balanced, you're depriving your dog of important things that could do harm to your dog, so you've got to do your research. Okay, so Jamie says, what Wall KM10 blades do I need for starting off with? It depends on what you're clipping, Jamie. The Wall KM10 will be your detachable blades. Those are the blades like this. So typically what I have as far as detachable blades go is I have a 10 that I will use for sanitary areas and to use under my guard combs. I will have a 30, which I use to shave the pads of the feet, which I don't need that anymore. I use this for that. Then I will have a 7, 5, and a 4. That's it. Aside from that, I use snap-on combs. So a 10, 7, 5, and 4 is all you really need when it comes to detachable blades. And Cynthia says, hi, Amy. If we use the Kenchii Flash with the 4-in-1 blade, are there settings to let you know what blade length that you're using? No, that's a good question. It doesn't tell you. The only settings that you're going to have is here. So, like I said, this blade on here is the standard, so we have to go by the S. All the way down is a 9. Can you guys see that? One click up is a 10, one click up is a 15, and one click up is a 30. And that's how you determine what your blade length is. That's the only way to determine it. Okay, and I think it's pretty accurate. You know, I just remember all the way down is 9, one clicks a 10, another clicks a 15, another clicks a 30. So it's pretty easy to determine, but it doesn't tell you on the display screen. Okay. There, I got that. Good. Okay, so Karen says, what is the name of these clippers? I missed the start of your live. Okay, no problem, Karen. This is the box. It's the Kenchii. It's made by Kenchii. It's called the Kenchii Flash. I cannot look at a camera and everything's backwards. It's like looking in a mirror. Okay, Kenchii Flash. This is a 5-speed cordless clipper, 4-in-1 clipper, just like your Wall Bravera is a 4-in-1. This is not a 4-in-1. This is strictly a detachable blade clipper, the Wall KM10. The Kenchii Flash comes standard with a 4-in-1 blade, which means it can be a 9 blade, a 10 blade, a 30, a 15 blade, and a 30. That's standard. But Kenchii is one of the only ones, the only one I know of a adjustable blade clipper that does sell 7 blades, 5 blades, 4 blades if you wanted to trim your dog down. These are not adjustable. So that's the whole reason why I was demoing this today, is to see, would I trade my 7 detachable blade for the 7 blade that Kenchii provides? And the answer is, I liked what it produced. I liked the work that it produced on that Cocker Spaniel that I showed you in the demo today. If you didn't see it, you gotta go back and watch that, Karen. It was up close and personal, easy for you to see. So yes, I would use it, and I will. I do use it. I use it to clip down Shih Tzus that get a short trim, either a 7 or a 5. I use it for a lot of different breeds that are nicely prepared, and it goes right through them quickly. And the dogs really seem to like it, and it's comfortable for me. I'll say that. Really comfortable. I do like that clipper. Sandy says, I only have the blade that came with it. I am confused as to why I would need one of the others. The blade that came with it is any one of these settings. This is a 4-in-1 blade. This is what came with it. And any one of these settings is too short to trim the body and the legs of your dog. It can cause clipper irritation. It will leave no length of coat. You need a blade that leaves a little longer coat for the body work and to trim the legs, like I did on that Cocker Spaniel. If I used this blade to trim that Cocker Spaniel, she would have been irritated because it's too close of a shave. Plus, she would have no coat to protect her skin. And the skin is the largest organ in your dog's body, and we have to leave a little coat to protect their skin from allergens, from bugs, from the sun. So if you shaved your dog with what came with your clippers, Sandy, says Sandy, yes, you would be trimming your dog's coat way too short. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I hope that I've explained that, because I don't want you to make those mistakes, guys. That's the kind of things we try to avoid, you know, by sharing here. And Jane says, I have a 5-pound Yorkie. Would like to invest in the dog trimmer. I only one dog and trim him. I only have one dog and trim him every 2 weeks in the summer. I use the 6mm guard on him and the 9 to 12. What would you buy? So you would be strictly looking to use guard combs. These guard combs I don't care for. If you're looking to do the work with your little guy, and 5 pounds is a very tiny Yorkie, Jane. So yes, I could see where a 4-in-1 small, lightweight, easy to use clipper would come in handy for you guys. If you were going to do that, I think I would prefer, if I were you, to go with the Wall Bravero, and I think the Bravero, and I believe the Wall Arco also allows you to use those metal guard combs that Wall makes. Those are nice. You'll like those. But these, the plastic ends are too thick. It just pushes the coat out of the way. I don't care for these. If I was buying this clipper to use guard combs so I could leave length, I would be displeased. So the Kenchii Flash comes with these. If they don't make some metal stainless steel attachment guard combs like Wall does, then they're missing the boat, because these, a lot of people want to use the guard combs to leave length on their dogs, and you can't, 5 blades, it's not leaving much length. You've got to go to this to leave length, and what they've provided us doesn't produce a beautiful trim, in my opinion. So you would want to go in that. If that's the case, if you're looking to use guard combs, Jane, then you might be interested in the Wall Arco or the Wall Bravero by purchasing the specific stainless guard combs that are made for the 5-in-1 clipper. It's specific to the 5-in-1 clipper, okay? Cynthia says, you answered my question with your demo. Awesome, Cynthia. You can always answer it anyway if you didn't or ask it if you didn't already. Okay, Pina says, I'm trying to decide what the best clipper. I've been looking at the KM5 and the KM2. Which would you suggest for DIY groomer with 2 dogs? The KM5 is good. Both of them are detachable blade clippers. Both of them are going to do the job. If you can't get your hands on a KM10 because they keep selling out so quickly, the KM10 is awesome, and it's lightweight. It's a brushless clipper. That's why I like the KM10 better. It has a longer lifespan. It's going to last a lot longer than the KM5 or the KM10. When I say lifespan, I mean you won't have to replace it as quickly as you would the others. If you're only grooming your own 2 dogs, you're probably okay with either one of those clippers, Pina. If those are the only 2 dogs you're grooming, you're probably just fine with the KM5 or KM2. So yeah, it's okay, either one. Pick. Probably the KM5 I would pick. Karen says, can you hurt a dog with grooming blades with the dog moving about? Absolutely you can. That's a good question, because some people don't think you could. You wouldn't think so. Especially when, you've got it on a 10, 15 setting. You can, if you're trimming inside the ear and you come right at that soft part of the ear, the blade can cut right into it. Absolutely. You can cut basically anywhere where there's loose skin, armpits, the base of the ears, the flank of the dog, around the hock at the leg, there's some loose skin. Because if the clipper pushes the skin out of the way and the teeth are able to get a hold of it, then it can cut it. It's not going to slice it wide open, but it could. I'm not going to tell you it couldn't. It is capable of that. So I want you to know that. But that's a good question. I'm glad you asked it, because everybody needs to hear that. It is possible to cut a dog with a clipper blade. It's possible to cut a dog with a 10 clipper blade, a 7 clipper blade, or these adjustable blade clippers. It's very possible to cut them. All right. Jamie says, I need a detachable blade clipper. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Jamie. All right, Karen says, because of you, Amy, I've become more confident in grooming my own dog, and I love doing it. And it's a wonderful way to bond with your dog. So I've decided to enroll in a dog grooming course starting soon. Best clippers for my kit to do this with. You know, as a beginner, you don't need a powerhouse of a clipper. The KM2, Wall KM2, the Andis makes a single speed detachable blade. You're going to want a detachable blade clipper. You need to have this before you have this, because this may not always be able to trim through every coat. This will. So you need a detachable blade clipper if you're going to be trimming professionally. You know, the KM10, KM2, KM10, you know, I suggest 2-speed clippers because a beginner should probably begin trimming on speed 1. So it's a slower speed. The blade won't heat up as quickly. The blade's not moving as quickly. And I think that's safe for a beginner. So as long as you have a 2-speed clipper or a single speed, that's safe for a beginner. And it has to be a detachable blade clipper. Janelle says, different subject. What is a great portable case to keep my grooming supplies in? Good question, Janelle. Hey, did you watch my video on the Newfoundland? Because I'm pretty sure that I linked several travel cases in the description of that video, because I figured that, you know, I took mine to Tracy's, and I figured that would be a question you guys would be asking. Where'd you get that case? Oh, that's pretty nifty. You know, and it is. If you're traveling with your dog, if you're, you know, obviously if you show your dog, if you're a in-home groomer that you go to people's houses, or if you groom your own dogs, it's so nice to have all your stuff organized in one kit. And they make all different types of travel toolkits for your grooming supplies. So I've linked several of them in my Newfoundland video that I just released the other day. So surf through the description of that, guys. Janelle, they're in there. You'll find them, okay? And they're really cool. They're nice to have. Yeah, that was a good question, wasn't it, Jamie? Elizabeth says, okay, thank you for the clarification. Anytime, Elizabeth, my pleasure. Latricia says, whoops, wait, where did it go? Popped away on me. Okay, you were talking about double coats when I had to step away for a moment. What does a Yorkie Poo have? Well, Yorkie Poo is a mixed breed. Neither the Yorkie or the Poodle have a double coat. The Yorkie has a silky coat. The Poodle has a hair type coat. So the Yorkie Poo can kind of have either. But basically what I experience with Yorkie Poos is a coat much like a Bichon or a Poodle or even a Havanese. So I would just kind of consider it as a drop coat or like a Shih Tzu coat. Not a double coat. There's no double coat there, Latricia. So SL Vale says, I cannot find any Andis 5 blade. I got an AGC2 clipper, which is a nice clipper. So I got the 4F blade, which is a finished blade. Is there an Andis 5 blade, or can I use the Wall 5? You can definitely use the Wall 5. You can use an Oster number 5. Just don't buy skip tooth blades. They're dangerous. But yes, just because you have an Andis clipper and it's a detachable blade clipper doesn't mean you can't use wall blades or guide blades or vice versa. All of them are interchangeable as long as it's a detachable blade clipper, okay? It's a good question. A lot of people probably wonder that. Terry says, will your vac system fit the Kenchii Flash? No, it will not. This doesn't have a head for that. So that's the only downfall, is that, you know, I don't have my vac system, which actually aids in helping me get a nice consistent clip on with my detachable blade clipper, is that hair, pulling the hair up consistently. It gives us a nice clip. So that's another good question, Terry. No, you cannot use that with the hair vac system. It just is, there's no head for that. There's nothing for you to detach it to or attach it to. Yeah, I know, Raquel. He was whining. They're both being silly. They're in and out, in and out. Here comes Big Gus now. They can't decide if they want to hang out with us or not. Okay, S.O. Vale says, Elsie, how different is the 4 from the 5? Not big. There's not a huge difference on that, S.L. Vale. The 4 definitely leaves a nice amount of coat. If your dog has a thinner coat and you want to make sure they have enough coat to protect them, go with the 4 over the 5. The 5 clips nicer. It clips easier, smoother than the 4. You'll find yourself going over the 4 quite a bit. You'll be like, I just feel like I'm not, it's not even. But a 4 is what you would want to use probably for a Shih Tzu poodle, I would say. The 5, it just depends on if she has a real thin coat. Latricia says, how often can I groom my Yorkie poo, particularly when it comes to giving him a bath? Just bathing and light trimming, kind of in between full grooms. Yorkie poo, probably if the dog has some coat, he's probably going to get a little dirty from time to time. So if it was my dog, I would say probably a 4-week bathing schedule and good bathe, brush out, and blow out is a good idea for a Shih Poo. And just be sure to over-rinse all the product out of your dog, like we always say, okay? All right, so you're welcome, Karen. No problem. Okay, yeah, 4 weeks is a good bathing, schedule for your dog. They could all use it in 4 weeks. It's important to keep the skin clean, just as long as you're choosing the right products and you're using products that are safe for your pets, are made for your pets. If you're not sure, always go with a hypoallergenic puppy shampoo. Puppy shampoo, not baby shampoo. Everybody says Johnson & Johnson's baby shampoo is good to use. It is not. It has perfume in it and it has soap in it. It is not made for dogs. So you heard me say it. No Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo for your dogs. They're not babies, they're dogs. All right? Okay, so Carrie says, do Shih Tzus come out better, smoother if they are clipped in reverse? Yeah, any dog will come out real nice and smooth in reverse. With this clipper, using a 5 or a 7, I think would be too short if you were clipping it in reverse. I feel like the 7 on the Kenchii Flash is just a tiny bit shorter than a 7 on my detachable blade. So I wouldn't want to do that if I was using the Flash. If you're using a detachable blade clipper and you wanted to clip in reverse, I would use a number 4 blade in reverse, and that leaves about the size of a 5. And it's pretty short, but it's smooth. It looks nice. So let's see here. Janelle, I don't know why that retracted your comment. Is it up there? Under Carrie's. Carrie's there, Janelle. I don't see it there. I don't know. It retracted it over here. Okay. Prinny, how you doing? Prinny says, hi, Amy. Can I cut my Golden Doodle's tail short so it will grow back healthier? Yeah, you can always take it short. Your Golden Doodle's tails, if it's like my Gus's tail, pretty full, it's going to grow back. It'll take a little while, but it'll grow back. If you feel like the coat's matted and you want to start over, you can do that. You can take it short with a 7, let it grow back, and keep it brushed out. It'll grow back. It just may take a little while. So yeah, you can. Kathleen says, I have 3 Shih Tzu Pekingese mix. What kind of what are they? A double coat. Okay, Pekingese is a double coat. Shih Tzu is not. So because it is Shih Tzu mixed with a Pekingese, it stands to have the possibility of maybe having a double coat, but I would say it's probably the type of dog that needs to have a haircut, if I'm guessing, without seeing it, you know? Elsie says, Amy, Schernbeo makes a compatible clipper to the Kenshi Flash. I'm pretty sure you can use their blades on the Kenshi. It looks very familiar. Yeah, I don't know. I tried to use the metal combs that are made for the Wall Bravera and the Wall Arco because it can be used on either one of those. It did not work on the Kenshi Flash. So I ended up giving them to Tracy because she has the Bravera. So I don't want to say for sure, Elsie. I mean, a lot of them look the same, but I'm not sure. And I also noticed that some of those clippers that resemble this, that resemble the 5-in-1, like the Bonvay, and there's many others on the market, They really are not very well. They could never do what this one does. They could never do it. They're not, the quality's not there in the blade. The quality's not there in the motor. They won't do the job. Yolanda says, can you answer my question? I can, but I missed it. Otherwise, I would. Let me see where your question is, Yolanda. Let me take a look. Unless you can throw it in the chat again. Let me make it easier. Yolanda, I don't see you. Up, I'm scrolling. You might want to throw it in the chat again, Yolanda, because I'm going to give up here in a minute. Because I don't want to hold everybody up. I don't see it, honey. So throw it in the chat. What's your question? Put a line in front of it. Okay. Karen says, how can you groom Bichon evenly? Thick fur. Just whatever blade you're using, you know, it's okay. Latricia, did you really? Did you? Oh, Latricia, you are a sneaky little thing. Thank you for that super chat. You're getting a salute. Yes, you are. Trisha supports Go Groomer. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do. Very nice of you. I'm glad I answered your question. But I really hope when Yolanda throws her question in so I can answer hers too. Okay. Oops, I don't want to do that. There we go. So the question was from Karen, how can you groom a Bichon evenly? Well, just watch any of my videos. The one with Chubbs, that'll show you how I groom a dog evenly, even with thick fur. So you just have to go back and watch my full videos on full trims. Mindy says, does going in reverse for Shih Tzu damage the hair follicles? That's a great question, Mindy, because it can. It can do that. You have to be very light-handed when you're clipping in reverse. You're basically just trying to lift the hair and trim it off. You're not putting a lot of pressure to interfere with that hair follicle and make it angry, because you can. And if you're using like a 7 blade in reverse, that's as short as like a 10. So that's leaving no length of coat, and that could absolutely irritate your dog's follicles. So if you're clipping in reverse, I prefer to not go any shorter than like a 4 blade, because it's a lot safer if you're clipping in reverse, because remember, it's going to be a shorter clip. So definitely, I wouldn't suggest clipping in reverse with anything shorter than a 4 blade. So that's my suggestion there. Type your question. Yes, I'm still looking for Yolanda's questions. I want to help her. Thank you, Raquel. Yes, it is our anniversary tomorrow, me and Alex. I have such a special surprise for him. I can't wait for him to get it. So I'm so excited. Thank you for remembering us, Raquel. Our wedding anniversary is tomorrow, the 15th. Janelle says, my 100-pound German Shepherd dog doesn't need washing every month, does he? He may not. He may not. If he does, if his coat feels oily or sticky, then he needs to be cleaned. So that's a good indication. If you're petting your dog and the coat just feels like it's sticking together, or it's greasy or grimy, or doesn't feel or smell that good, then he needs a bath. And it's okay as long as you rinse him thoroughly. It's good for his skin. It stimulates the blood flow by washing and massaging and brushing. All those things are good for your dog's skin. So don't be afraid to bathe your dogs like you need to. Let's see here. And Janelle says, I retracted because you answered it already, and thank you. Okay, all right. No problem. Thank you. And Sandy says, I have a tiny teacup poodle. I only have the blade that came with it. Okay, you have the Flash. Which blade should I order to cut without a comb? To leave the longest length possible would be your 4 blade, Sandy. For the Kenchii Flash, which is, I didn't get the 4. I only got the 7 and the 5. So you can see it there. This is the 5. Jeez, this is the 5. This is the 7. You would want the 4. That's going to leave the longest amount that this clipper can leave without a snap-on comb. And Cynthia says, can use the Kenchii Flash on a dog with long hair like a Lhasa. Yeah, absolutely, Cynthia. You could. With a Lhasa, you probably would prefer to have that 4 blade, like I just talked about with Sandy. And it's going to leave just a little bit of coat, you know, if you're doing like a clip down, or if your Lhasas have longer hair, like long hair, you know, you would use the Kenchii Flash just for sanitary areas by using the 10 blade. Or in the pads of the feet by using the 15 blade. So yes, you could use that, Cynthia. I just find that when I have to use a snap-on combs because I want to leave more length than a 4, I'm not happy with the Kenchii Flash at that point. So I want to make sure you guys understand that. Okay, so Prina says, my last groomer cut my dog's tail short. What? Wait, it just jumped around. I'm sorry. Where did it go? Okay, my last groomer cut my dog's tail short for about 6 inches from his butt, and then left the rest of the tail full, almost like a lion tail probably. It doesn't look good. That's why I asked. Okay, I think she might have left a lion tail, and you don't care for that. So go ahead and take it off and let it all grow out evenly again. That's what you seem to like. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Hey, sometimes we don't know as groomers. You know, we try to do something to make the owners happy, but it's best to communicate before we leave the dog, and so everybody knows exactly what you want the groomer to do, and the groomer can understand exactly what you want them to do. King of Aliens says, I was wondering, before I forgot, would you allow me to do drawings of dogs for your members? Sure, honey, you draw. After drawing your Big Gus, you drew my Big Gus? After drawing your Big Gus, it helped me a lot with stress relief. I won't charge them. Oh my gosh, King of Aliens, you are an artist? Well, that's wonderful. You drew my Big Gus. Did I see that? I didn't see that. I want to see it. I want a picture of it. You're in our Facebook group, aren't you? Yes. So please post it there. Hey, if you want to draw pictures of people's dogs, go for it, girl. Post something in the Facebook group. That doesn't bother me at all. I think it's great. You go for it. Did y'all hear that? King of Aliens wants to draw dogs. So hit her up on Facebook and get those dogs drawn. Karen says, how often should a male dog's private areas and bottom be cleaned? I do mine every few days. Is that too much? You mean you shave it every couple of days? I would only do sanitary trimming at the, no more than every 3 weeks. But when you say it needs cleaned, I'm not sure. But if you mean sanitary trimming, I would say no more than every 3 weeks. No less. No more, no less. No more than every 3 weeks. So wait at least 3 weeks of growth, I would say. For that one, Karen, yeah. That's a good question. Latricia says, does clipping in reverse damage the hair follicles for Yorkie Poo? It can, because clipping in reverse can be too short, Latricia. So if you're going to clip in reverse, I would like to not go any shorter than a 4 blade. Okay, just to be safe, definitely. Let's see here. You guys are getting crazy, I think, aren't you? Carol says, Yolanda question is a 0, a 0.8, a 1.4, 0.2, or 9, 10, 39, 40 blade. I don't, the millimeter, the 5 is a 6 millimeter, the 7 is a 3 millimeter. I'm not sure what the 10, it's written on the blades. Yeah, it's not on this. This 10 blade says it's 18 millimeter. I don't really go by the millimeters. I go by the number. So if that's your question, Yolanda, I go by the numbers. That tells me what I need to use. Oh, Riders. Oh, yes. Okay. King of Aliens. We got all kinds of names, don't you? Good. Okay, yes. Well, I want to see this drawing. The drawing is on Facebook page. Scroll down a bit. My Gus. Oh my God, I gotta see this. I will. I normally charge money, but for the members, I'll do it for free. Wow. I mean, the channel members? Wow, that's really cool. I can guarantee you they would love that. Amy, I saw Gus. It was amazing. Oh my God, I feel terrible. I didn't see it. Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Thank you so much. I cannot wait. All right. I meant to say every few weeks. Yes, Karen, on the sanitary. Every few weeks is good. Absolutely. Oh, Pretty, what did you do? Pretty's super chatting. Somebody take her wallet. Somebody take Pretty's wallet. Oh, I got to give you a salute, Pretty. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are great. I love hanging out with you. I love answering your questions, and I hope I help you. We help each other. Don't forget that. We do. Thank you so much. I love it when you guys are chitty-chatty in the chat because it answers other people's questions too. Okay. I want to see here. Cupping damage that. Got that one. Okay. Jamie says, what slicker brushes are worth the money for shorter poodle and one for longer hair? There's a lot of slicker brushes. I mean, you can get an inexpensive slicker brush like the Andis brush or the, what's the ones that I link a lot in my videos? The All Systems. They do a good job. They're fine. You don't have to buy a Le Pouche brush or an Activent brush. You can get there with other slicker brushes. It may take you a little longer, but it'll produce the same results. So, yeah, find one that you like. I like just a regular, I don't like anything fancy, anything that's claiming to do things it shouldn't. Just a slicker brush. All Systems makes a nice, inexpensive slicker brush. I believe Andis does too. So, Cynthia, what are you doing? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna salute you. Absolutely, Cynthia. Thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate you guys. Wonderful. Let me see here if I got any more questions, because I don't want anybody getting upset. Drawings on Facebook. I have to go see that, Raquel. Oh my gosh. King of Aliens. I cannot wait. Cynthia says she saw it. It was amazing. Oh my God. I feel like I'm going to cry already. I can't wait to see it. Maybe I can print it out. Can't wait to see your drawings on Facebook. Yeah, that's super cool. Oh my gosh. I wish I could draw like that. That's just true art. It really is. It's true art. Thank you, Jamie, for the anniversary wishes. And Sandy, my birthday, then 2 days later is our anniversary. So September's kind of a fun month for us, isn't it? But don't forget, guys, that on Wednesday I'm going to be posting a link, and I'll post it in our Facebook group too, as well as on the community page on our YouTube channel here. A video that I was a guest speaker in, and that has nothing to do with the Dog Health Secret Summit. It's something else. It was with a dog trainer. It's really cool. So SL Vale says some reviews on the slicker brushes have said that it hurts their dog's sensitive skin. What one would be the best for a Shih Tzu poodle? Shorter teeth or technique? Okay, listen. I think it's All Systems. I think that makes a soft slicker brush. So in other words, the bristles are a little more forgiving and it has a bit more cushion to it. If it's not All Systems, just look on Amazon for a soft slicker brush. But it has to be a slicker brush because that's what's going to pull out the dead hair. Okay, but they do make soft, more gentle slicker brushes. If you're worried about hurting your baby, then try that, okay? Because it probably will be okay. Happy September. Thank you, Latricia. Thank you, guys. Yeah, Bonnie. We got a busy... somebody said, how long were we married? Yes. Alex and I will be married 2 years tomorrow. But we've been together for 10 years. Yeah. Married for 2. I'm very happily married. Love my man. Yeah, thank you, Raquel. See, she knows. You guys know. I don't keep secrets from you guys. Okay, just seen the picture of Gus. Oh, that's my Aunt Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Cindy J. That's my Aunt Cindy, right? Okay, King of Alien says, a birthday and anniversary close together. Talk about setup. Laugh out loud. I know, right? Hey, don't give him any reason to complain. So, guys, I'm going to let you go. I've kept you an hour and a half already, but it has been my pleasure. So, my birthday was great, Janelle. Thank you. It was good. We went out and had brunch, and it was wonderful. So, thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. Yeah, I am 48 years old. Yes, I am. And I'm feeling it. So, I will see you guys, hopefully with the video before you see me again on YouTube. I'm going to let you know later in the week if I am available to live stream on Monday, because I may be live on that launch. But as I understand, that launch is going to be on Sunday. So I think there was just some confusion with the emails that I got. But I will let you guys know. I prefer to be here for you guys Monday live, I'm hoping. So if I'm not, I think I might stream it here so that I can make sure you guys see it. Okay? So either way, I think I'm going to have something for you in a live stream on Monday. I'm gonna work on that. But definitely stay tuned for all the cool things that are coming up for you guys and your pets. Very beneficial. So until then, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you all for the super chats. I really appreciate that. I know you guys support the channel and do everything you can to keep us together and keep this information coming, because I know we're benefiting your pets together. And I'm very happy about that. So give yourselves a pat on the back, because we're doing good things together. We're better together. Now I want to send you off with a subscriber showdown, and I will talk to you soon. I appreciate all the support, and I appreciate spending my Mondays with you guys. I love you, and I will see you soon. Take care.